Happy New Year! Well, what do you know? Your boy Pinoy is back at it again with the hottest gaming news fresh off the press. Considering I skipped the holidays, there's a lot of stuff to cover with ATLUS seemingly preparing for a big year full of surprises, OMORI and Tsukihime getting an update after years of almost complete silence, and KFC is making a game console.
It's showtime!
Alright, let's get the big boy stuff out of the way. At the end of each year, Famitsu likes to talk with a bunch of Japanese developers, and thanks to Persona Central, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about.
Whoo boy!
In March 2021, we'll be getting an SMT online live concert, and historically, ATLUS likes to announce updates or new games at these events, like with Persona. According to Shinjiro Takada, product manager of ATLUS's Shin Megami Tensei division, they're enthusiastically developing SMT5 so that it can be even better, and to keep looking forward to it. Well, with SMT5 slated for this year,
Oh, let's be real here, it's probably getting delayed.
I think it's safe to say that on top of listening to some bangers at that concert, I'm willing to bet we're gonna get our first gameplay trailer for SMT5. And as someone still new to the mainline games, since I've only played SMT4 and Apocalypse, I can't fucking wait to see how much the game has evolved, and if they've taken any mechanics from other games in the franchises, like traits in Persona 5 Royal. Oh, that reminds me. Before I get to the next interview, I should mention that the Nocturne remaster is actually getting updated.
Thank Lucifer, I thought ATLUS was gonna abandon that shit.
On top of bug fixes, game balance adjustments, and general responsiveness, they finally added skill inheritance. I'll tell you right now, as someone replaying Persona 3, that is gonna be a godsend. I hate rerolling for skills. It's just pain and suffering.
Kinda like how I can't find the time to play Devil Survivor 1 and 2.
On top of SMT getting a big blowout this year, Shinjiro Takada, producer and director of the Devil Survivor series and Tokyo Mirage Sessions, made a small but noteworthy comment, simply saying, in 2021, we hope not only to release fun games, but also to announce new titles. I hope you will continue to support ATLUS. Here's hoping we get to see another game in one of those franchises. They're both great, and I know Devil Survivor is beloved by the people who played it.
Hopefully I can be a part of that crowd soon. Moving on though.
Kazuhisa Wada, the chief director of the Persona team and producer on Persona 5 Royal, is once again teasing new announcements for the 25th anniversary of the Persona series, which is this year. In fact, when you check ATLUS's statement for 2021, they just flat out say, we are also planning a commemorative project for Persona's 25th anniversary. Please look forward to it. The craziest part to me though, if you look back at 2020's Developer Aspirations, which was published in December of 2019, you'd see that Mr. Wada has actually been hyping up this 25th anniversary for a long time now.
I might not be the best theorist out there, but this could be fucking huge, dude.
I don't think we'll be seeing Persona 6 or anything like that, but we're definitely going to see Persona come to other platforms. Persona 4 Golden sold so well on Steam, and it feels like the time is right to see Persona 3 FES or Portable come to Steam, Switch, and PS4/PS5. Same goes for Persona 5 Royal and maybe even Persona 1, 2 Innocent Sin, and Eternal Punishment. I don't even think ATLUS will stop there. I fully expect to see games like SMT Nocturne, Digital Devil Saga, and Devil Summoner to make their way to modern platforms and PC. Another safe bet could be Persona 5 Arena, but I'm not as hopeful on this since ArcSys is still actively working on so many different games, as well as developing 2 new ones in Guilty Gear Strive and the recently announced DNF Duel, which looks awesome by the way. If I was gonna take one long shot,
Then I've gotta stick to my guns and say Persona 3 Remake, baby! I think it's finally time for that definitive version.
now you're probably thinking, damn Pinoy, that's gotta be the most hyped thing for you, right? Well, actually it's not. Katsura Hashino, the director of SMT Nocturne, Catherine, and Persona 3, 4, and 5, has been working on a new IP for over 4 years now. Project Re-Fantasy, A Fool's Journey Begins. Announced in December of 2016, helmed by Hashino himself, with music composed by the legendary Shoji Meguro and art by the incredible Shigenori Soejima, is a brand new fantasy RPG with ATLUS's best developers, designers, programmers, you name it. Tons of really experienced people returning to their roots and making something fresh, new, and creative.
Fuck, I want to see how they tackle this setting so bad.
Project Re-Fantasy's development has reached its climax. I think it might be finally time to see just what the boys and girls at ATLUS have been cooking up, and I can't wait to see what this looks like. Katsura Hashino is one of the most interesting developers out there. I highly recommend checking out this documentary on him, and after years of working on SMT and Persona, I believe the man deserved the chance to create something wholly original, especially considering nearly every title he's directed has been downright downright godly. Maybe I'm hyping myself up too much, but a fantasy project from this guy's brain would rival industry giants like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, and Xenoblade.
ペルソナのようなファンタジーに持ってきちゃうとどうなるかっていうと、ニーヤがこういうふうに死んじゃうんですよ。
Either way, I can't fucking wait for this game.
Speaking of industry giants, this wasn't just an ATLUS developer interview. I want to quickly go over some Square Enix and Spike Chunsoft stuff. Yoshinori Kitase, a producer of Final Fantasy VII Remake, let us know that Part 2 is currently being developed, but it's going to take a bit before we hear anything, and he fully expects to be involved with the project in 2021 and beyond.
I mean, can we really be surprised? I don't expect Part 2 until like 2023, late 2022 at the earliest.
Final Fantasy XIV and 16 producer Naoki Yoshida, the fucking GOAT by the way, please watch NoClip's documentary on FF14, expects 2021 to be the busiest year of his career. Makes sense since the next Final Fantasy XIV expansion is probably going to be announced in February at the announcement showcase they're planning. On top of this, we're expecting more news for Final Fantasy XVI sometime this year.
Yoshida-san, your work continues to awe me.
Noriyoshi Fujimoto, series producer in Dragon Quest, had a small tease with 2021 being the 35th anniversary, and that he'd like to announce something for it. It's been over 3 years since the original release of Dragon Quest XI, so I could see 12 being announced, or maybe a remake of Dragon Quest 8 or 9. I never got to play 9, but from what I've seen, a lot of people want to see it come back.
For me, I just want to wait to play Dragon Quest 8 on a device that isn't called the Nintendo 3DS. Strange Journey do be looking pretty good though.
Spike Chunsoft, in the meantime, just wrapped up the 10th anniversary of Danganronpa. But apparently most of their plans didn't come to fruition, with them stating the 10th anniversary continues until the 11th anniversary. So we're preparing plans for this year as well. Please look forward to the announcements. I might be in the minority here in saying that I thought Danganronpa V3 was fucking awesome, ending included, but I really want to see another game in this franchise. I always feel like going back and replaying them, but because I already know the story and a lot of the driving force behind it is those story beats and the curiosity of figuring out whatever the fuck is going on, I can't really bring myself to go back and play them a second time. Maybe we won't see a Danganronpa 54, but in Ultra Despair Girls 2, a whole new IP set in the Danganronpa universe? It's probably something like a Switch port, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled for what could come next. You know what? I want to highlight one more developer, Koei Tecmo. Their New Year's card was pretty short, only saying, "We're preparing to announce several new titles we've been saving that'll make you think,
My shower is now covered in my semen."
Now reading this initially, I didn't think much of it, but after going to BK2128's Twitter account where he translated a few things, something caught my eye. Keisuke Kikuchi stated that 2021 is Fatal Frame's 20th anniversary. So many anniversaries! And that he wants to celebrate it with something. I just want to say, as someone who never got the chance to play Fatal Frame, I think it's one of the coolest horror games I've ever seen. Nitro Red has some really cool videos on these games if you're curious. Hell, even the Wii U one looked great to me. I really want to see an HD remaster or remake of the older titles come to Switch so I can check them out.
But you guys have to check out OMORI on Steam.
I doubt any of you know what this game is, but I've been following its development loosely for I think 7 years now. It's in the same vein as something like an Undertale, Mother, or Earthbound, at least from what the trailers give off. It's got a very interesting score and the art is impeccable. One of these days, I want to stream this game and review it on the channel because I think I'll really like this one. Some of the bosses creep me the fuck out, and as a whole, it just feels so unique. And from what I can tell, the director Omocat went through a pretty rough time with development just based on this post by them. I'll be purchasing this and I hope you guys give it a chance. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I just think the game looks really cool, and after 7+ years of development, I'd hate to see something this creative get no attention at all. Same goes for Tsukihime. I'll admit, I've never tried anything by Type Moon that isn't Melty Blood, but their visual novels are popular for a reason, and that community went insane this past week. Tsukihime is Type Moon's first visual novel, and announced a remake of it back in 2008. Let that sink in. 2008, bro. Well, it just got its first trailer, and it's coming to PS4 and Switch in summer of 2021. No word on English localization yet, but I'd have to imagine this will come at some point with how popular Fate is. Okay, this is a bit of a fun one, but in 2018, 1 year after Nier Automata launched, there was an interview with the team, including Yoko Taro, where they said that there's one final secret of the game that no one has discovered yet. Well, thanks to Lance McDonald over on Twitter, that secret might have finally been discovered. If there's one thing I miss seeing in games nowadays, it's cheat cheat codes. And apparently, there's a cheat code that allows you to skip to the last ending right after killing the first boss. That's so fucking crazy to me. Please go to Lance's channel and check out his video on this. Follow his Twitter account because this is seriously impressive. The Nier team even acknowledged this on Twitter. He's done some amazing work with a lot of the Souls games as well, if that interests you.
Whew, that was a lot of news. Give me a second, boys. Now, if only I had somewhere to keep this warm.
KFC have announced the KFConsole. Oh, this can't be real, right? Packed with the world's first built-in chicken chamber. Oh my god, this is serious, isn't it? Not only will your chicken stay warm, but with the specs that this bad boy has, it's actually a really damn good PC. I've got some of the specs on screen right now with a lot of the hardware being hot swappable, including your chicken. But the craziest thing about this, engineering-wise, is the way this system cools. So basically, all of the heat that's generated in your PC is sent up into the chicken chamber, essentially using natural heat to keep the food warm.
Yo, this is got a big brain, not gonna lie.
I'm not sure which GPU it's using, but it's an RTX supported card, so this thing can do 4K ray tracing. I can't take this seriously. Either way, this is a technical achievement, and I hope I can see one of these in person. As far as myself, well, I'm making my way through the third semester of Persona 5 Royal in preparation for my review, and I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on hard mode in my free time, with Age of Calamity being my poo-poo game.
It's really good.
I should also mention that music from the Persona series is available to stream on Spotify now. I know you guys have wanted me to post a public playlist, and well, I went ahead and curated one. I still gotta listen to the whole thing and weed out some songs, but hopefully this works for now. Links in the description if you want to listen. That's it for your video gamer news this week, boys and girls. How have you been? What are you all playing? What are your theories on the 25th anniversary of Persona? Let me know in the comments below. I always read and respond even days after this is uploaded.
With that being said, thank you all for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a dislike if you didn't. God bless you all, and I will see you next time.